Ready for your final performance? Perfect, because it's New Year's Eve and everyone's dying for a good time.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, she left.
She had to twerk it out.
It is New Year's Eve. What else are you gonna do?
I know.
Take it
Take
off.
it off. I'm Derek.
I'm James, and welcome to Don't Be Dead, the horror podcast that asks the unserious questions.
Today's episode is called Countdown to Carnage because we're ringing in the new year with New Year's Evil and Terror Train.
And Terror Train. Spoiler alert, this show is for people who we assume have seen these movies.
Before we get into them, James, it's game time.
Oh, I'm ready to make a fool out of myself.
No, you're not. Today's game is called New Year, New Fear.
New Year, New Queer.
New Year, New Queer. That's what it should have been. Shit.
You got the wrong game.
I know. You got the wrong game and the wrong bitch. All right, James. The game is called New Year, New Fear. And this is the game where I give you two scenarios. And you tell me which one is scarier. And by scarier, I mean which one will make you want to Irish exit a party immediately. Okay?
Oh, okay. This is not like one that I can get wrong.
No, this is, it's kind of up to interpretation, Like,
she knows how stupid I am. And she's like, let's just give her what's your favorite number, James? Like,
what is your favorite number?
Yeah,
for those who are curious.
It's 41. It's 41.
41.
A sad story. Anyway, continue.
Oh.
For next year.
That's for the Patreon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll just cry for 7 minutes in a video about the number 41.
I just learned what 6-7 is.
Oh, I still don't understand.
I
saw it's about a song.
There's a song, and then I think there's like an NBA player that might be his jersey number.
Well, I think he is 6'7", and I think that they made it
it's his height, not his jersey number.
But I'm like, I don't understand. We're showing our age, really, but I don't understand how it has to do with nothing, but it is also apparently everything.
Well, it came up in conversation in work earlier this week, and someone made just a passing comment we're talking about jersey numbers actually, because we're gonna partner with the local baseball team for an event next year, and we're talking about jerseys, and someone said, well, at least it's not 6-7, haha, and everyone laughed, and I'm like,
maybe it is a jersey number then.
Why is that funny? And
right.
I'm like, was it their win-loss ratio last season? They won 6 out of, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, right.
And so that, and then it came up at dinner at my dad's birthday dinner. My two nieces were talking about it. I'm like, okay, someone explain to me what 6-7 is. And they really couldn't do it. They just said it's just like a TikTok thing. I'm like, but don't TikTok things usually have an origin? I'm not on TikTok, so I don't know.
This is crazy that we have an entire personality trait that someone picks up, and then when you ask them how or why, they really don't know.
They don't know.
I will die on the hill of a big personality trait of ours is Halloween 5 or something like that. But there is it's a movie that has quote it's ridiculous to people.
Yeah.
But you can say, oh,
we can tell you why. This is why. Yeah.
Why are you like this? That's not acceptable.
Tell me what you know.
You tell me what you know. What do you think he's gonna do with that? Sorry. We had to throw a Halloween 5 reference in there someplace. We
can't help ourselves.
Let's just pretend to talk about 6-7 so we can actually talk about Halloween 5.
5. Okay.
That's the only number I care about. Okay, and we're back. All
right. We're back. We're playing New Year, New Fear, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, James, question 1. All right. Which is scarier, being followed down a dark hallway or someone announcing, let's go around the room and share one fun fact about ourselves?
Fun fact.
Period. Yes, same.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
Don't do that.
Listen, I'm just going to give you a correct answer.
They're all right answers. Oh, great.
That is a right answer. I totally agree with that. There is nothing I hate worse than that, sitting in a work meeting or when you get invited to go to a meeting or a conference on behalf of your job, and they make you do those icebreakers. Please don't do that to me.
Yeah.
Please,
or teams, let's all get to know each other. Let's not.
What is your fun fact though? Like if you had to give one, what would your fun fact be?
That's the
Because
thing is like, this is my fun fact, but this is not
same.
fun fact for anyone. So I'm like,
Yeah,
they're gonna think it's such a fucking weirdo. What do I do?
I know.
I wear black
I
and white
collect horror
sweaters. Like, I
movies
don't
and
know.
horror stuff, and that's what I'm into. And you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really talk about it at work because a lot of people don't get it, or the people that do
No.
know that about me, like especially my boss. I love him, but like
Mhm.
he uses it as like a jab, or like he kind of like laughs at it.
Yeah.
Like Derek, he's into that horror stuff. Like like,
Yeah, that's same. Absolute samesies. My cousin came in to visit me today and they said, like, oh, what do you do? And he's like talking about his job and stuff, but he also runs the Trail of Terror here in Connecticut, which is like one of the biggest like haunts that you can walk through in New England. And it's amazing. And he's like second in charge of it. So he's talking about it. And then you could tell like everyone's kind of like, oh, okay, cool. And they're like, how'd you get into that? And he's like, oh, I just always kind of loved horror. And he looks at me, he's like, it's like in the genes. I'm like, we love spooky stuff. And then like everyone's like interest goes away. And I'm just like, because it seems like a silly geeky hobby maybe, and so they don't
mhm.
take it as like a serious thing. And I'm like, you just don't get me. I have to think of a lie, I should just think of a lie and have it like in my back pockets whenever they're like, blah 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 blah. What is it? I can be like, I don't know, donated to an elephant sanctuary one time.
Yeah,
Like that's my fun fact. I don't know. Well, now I
I
should
don't know
actually do that.
either.
It's
I mean,
probably
I'm
probably makes sense
left-handed.
then.
That's a thing. It's a fun
Oh
fact.
yeah, yeah. hmm I mean, is
Fun for
it?
who? Not sure,
I
but
was gonna say, prove it.
Bitch,
Prove that
I'm
it's
holding
fun.
this
No,
AirPods
I
case
believe
with
that
my
you're.
left hand, not my
I
right.
believe you're.
There you go.
Oh, he could never hold it with the right. I believe you're left-handed. Prove that it's fun.
I know. I thought you meant prove you're left-handed. Okay, that's pretty easy. Whatever.
I'm off to a great start.
All right. Let me put my Happy New Year
Oh
little
gosh.
thing on.
Now this means the questions are going to get really complicated.
I know. I'm putting my New Year's hat on.
I love
Okay,
it.
next question. Which is scarier, James? The masked killer from New Year's Evil, who really wasn't masked a whole lot,
Right.
or the coworker who says "See you next year" every December 31st?
Which one's scarier? I want to say the coworker who says "See you next year," but
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna say the killer from New Year's Evil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good answer.
Yeah. I mean, because I probably will say to someone in a very facetious way, like I'm gonna
I
say
know.
that like when I leave.
I'm that person. I'm that coworker. I say it. See you next year.
Yeah,
I
next
can't
year
help
we mean it
myself.
ironically. We
I
mean it
know. I really
ironically,
do.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
In
we'll
like a
talk about the
chic
movies in a
gay
second.
way.
And yes, it's like niche, gay, cute, ironic.
Yeah.
You know,
Right?
Derek. That's what Derek is.
Yeah.
But I think that the killer in New Year's Evil was actually scary, which we'll talk about.
Oh, there's
Uh-huh.
some tea.
You know what? Also, he smoked cloves though. Like, so that kind of made him scarier. Because that's
Don't
like,
smoke cloves up in here.
God, it's so like it's such a choice.
It's so 70s.
It's
Yeah.
so 70s. And it's an absolute choice in that carpeted like bar. Anyway, okay, next question.
Okay. Next question. Which is scarier, James? A killer hiding behind a party mask and constantly changing them,
Mhm.
or a group photo where someone says, "Let's do a silly one."
It's the silly photo.
Yeah,
I don't like I don't like
I
to make a
don't like
silly
it.
face.
I don't
I
like it.
I don't
No.
like to not I don't okay, this is vanity. I don't love looking stupid unless I'm choosing to look stupid. But I
Ooh,
feel like
girl.
if you're saying let's look stupid, that's not my choice to look stupid. And so I don't like it. And it never comes out the way you think. So everyone's like, do a stupid face. And I'm just like I'll do the most whatever, and everyone else like does like a cutesy face. That's usually what's scarier is you don't know what everyone else is gonna do. So
Mhm.
even though they say let's do a fun one, the picture comes out, everyone's just like, and you were like,
Oh yeah, that's me. I'm throwing up a peace
yeah,
sign and basically just having the same smile that I usually do. Same look. Yeah, but you have
I
like a
just need
you're
to.
like picking your nose. Yeah,
Did I show you the inside of my nostrils just now?
you
Sorry,
did. Is that
I did.
okay?
I did it. I
Have
mean,
you
it's there.
plucked?
I was gonna say I don't know if I did, but someone meet us in the comments and tell me if I plucked.
Tell me how many
Let us know.
nose hairs you see on James, and we'll give you a
Mhm.
prize. Yeah,
Yeah, pause it at that moment and then count them, and then
yeah,
it's like guess what's in the jar. Like guess how many in the jar, guess the
yeah.
quantity, and then you win a prize. That's good.
That's pretty scary. Ooh.
I like
Okay.
these. Okay.
Okay. Which is scarier, James? Just okay. Well, we don't really have these anymore, but imagine yourself like in the late 70s or early 80s, dark hallway, and there's just a ringing payphone. Okay.
Okay.
Or someone inviting you to a vision board party.
Oh, that's it. Vision
Yeah,
board party.
that's it.
Wait. So my answer is gonna be the phone because I hate answering the phone.
The phone.
The phone. Enough with the phones. The sound of a phone ringing is just kind of creepy on its own, but it's so jarring and annoying because there's someone on the other end of it. And so
There
that is
is
scarier to
someone.
me.
Okay, well,
But a
this leads
vision
into
board
our
party,
next question.
I can be gay for that. Okay.
This leads into our next question.
Am I close enough to this? Okay.
What's scarier, waking up on January 1st with no memory of the night before, or someone trying to FaceTime you at 11:59 just to say Happy New Year?
These are equally annoying. I'm gonna say it's the FaceTime. I'm I'm trying to count down, you know?
Yeah,
There's only so much room in my brain, and now I
yeah.
have to count and emote with you on the phone instead of emoting how I would emote if you were not on the phone.
Well, guess what
No,
I'll be doing on New Year's? I'm going to be
you're calling me at
FaceTiming you
11:59. I know,
at
bitch.
11:59. I'm going to make it about me. Yeah,
Decline.
not you and Moses. Yeah.
No. Good luck getting in
I'm going to get
because
through.
blocked.
Last
By
one.
the way, I'm wearing this black and white sweater because I'm gonna forget to say I'm wearing it because I want to be like an 80s wannabe rich kid at the New Year's Eve party, and I just need like cool flashy glasses, and I think I would fit in.
I see it's fully realized. I
That
see
was
it.
the vibe I was going for.
Yeah.
I just didn't show up with the glasses because I'm an actual trash bag.
Well, like in these movies, even like the rich like kids hang out with like the punk kids sometimes in these movies, and they
Yeah.
kind of intermingle and
Hmm.
go to the same parties and stuff. So
Right.
last one, which is
Mhm.
scarier, James. Wait.
Option A.
Okay, I got
This
it.
silence. This silence is scary. Oh God.
All right, here we go. Which is scarier, getting trapped in a closet like Jamie Lee Curtis, or getting trapped in a conversation with someone who just discovered astrology and wants to guess your rising sign?
It's okay. Astrology.
Mm.
Put me back in that closet. And let me die there.
And that's on astrology. So
And that's
you're
on
not into the signs and astrology. That's not your bag.
well, no, that would be fine if someone was like telling me, but I would want someone telling me about that to know about it.
Yeah.
So someone who's like, I just discovered, and I think you're like a Taurus rising or a Virgo symmetrical, blah blah blah. Like,
A
no.
Virgo moon, Taurus
A Virgo
rising.
moon,
Yeah.
like I never
I
know.
don't
And
know
they're
what that
like,
means.
what
Yeah.
time were you born? I don't my mom doesn't even know, and she was there. Like, I can't
Do
do
they put that
this.
on your birth certificate, the
I
time,
thought
or
they
is that on
did,
something
but
else?
I
Like your
think
birth
it's
chart?
there. I gotta
I don't
find
know.
it. But it's
Yeah.
no. No, thank you. And
Well,
then my face
James,
is
thanks
gonna
for
hurt from having
playing
a
New
fake
Year, New
smile.
Fear. You have
Thank you.
100% score in this game. Oh my God.
Mom, I
Like,
made it. Oh my god, there's a
there's applause. Yeah.
was. That was good.
Applause, applause, applause.
I
So
left out the applause.
that was a Pretty in Pink reference. Have you seen
Oh,
Pretty in Pink?
yes, but just not in a while.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. So I got 100 on the game
You got
because
100 in the game.
I'm that bitch. But now we're going to talk about a couple New Year's Eve themed horror films. Specifically, they both came out in 1980, correct?
Came out in 1980. Both were filmed, I think, in the late 70s. Like
Mhm.
Terror Train was filmed in like the late part of November through the end of December, and I think similar to New Year's Evil, like similar filming schedules there.
Time. So
Yeah.
that makes sense. Seems legit. And they're New Year's Eve themed, one more so than the other. Both came out in 1980. Technically, in like a multiverse situation, they could be happening simultaneously, because one of them seems very East Coast and the other one is happening on the West Coast. So technically, we can pretend that
It's the
they
same
are
night.
happening on the same night. Um,
That's so cool.
right. I wanted to get into Terror Train first,
Sure.
if that's acceptable. Um,
I am happy to discuss both of these at any given time. So
okay,
let's
good.
just jump right into Terror Train,
Let's
James.
just jump on that train, Dirk.
Jump on it.
I wanted to get into how and why this movie is New Year's Eve themed, but I guess we should do like a little like, what is Terror Train? You know?
Yeah.
Who is she?
So Terror Train, she's that girl that came out in
She
1980. She's directed by Roger Spottiswoode, I think is how you pronounce his
Yeah, I couldn't
name.
really. Yeah, sounds I think that
Um, it stars Jamie Lee Curtis. It's got the fucking
it's got
magician.
them.
What's the
David
magician?
Copperfield.
It's got David Copperfield.
He could
And
get it. Sorry, he could get it.
he could get, you know who else could get it? Doc Girl. Doc was
He
cute.
was he yeah. He was a piece of actual garbage that should be scrubbed from the earth, but he was cute.
He was cute. We could look
We
past
could
it
fix
for 10
him.
minutes, you know?
Right. That's all we need.
That's
That's it.
just 10 minutes.
Probably all he's got
Um,
anyway.
so the basic plot of Terror Train opens at a New Year's Eve party, right? And it's almost
Mhm.
like a hazing sort of like Hell Night situation where they have, it's at a college campus. They have some students who are pledging to various sororities and fraternities. And there's a kid named Kenny, and the fraternity that he's pledging to is going to prank him really bad. And a sorority has also talked Jamie Lee Curtis into her character's name is
Elena. Mhm.
Elena,
Elena.
and she's in on the prank. So they're basically setting this guy up, thinking that he's gonna get to get it on with Elena, and
Yeah.
so they go meet in this room. And surprise, it's not Elena, it's a cadaver from like the medical school,
Cadaver.
a
And
dead
she is
cadaver
cut up.
cut up.
Cut the
Poor
fuck
Kenny
up.
freaks out. I mean, goes into a literal spiral
Yeah.
and has to get institutionalized because of the trauma from that.
We find out he's been institutionalized, and then the movie basically goes through, it's like a couple years later or whatever, and now we're on this train and people start dying and we don't know who did it and blah 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 blah, and we'll get into all that stuff in a minute. That's Terror Train. Like
That's the
it's set
setup.
up.
And
Yeah.
right. So like it's like 3 years later, there's all seniors now, and
Mhm.
they're gonna go on a party train to ring in the new year. And it's a
Yes.
costume party on the train. And
And
so there's lots of mess, lots of
this
costumes.
is this is where I was like, wait a second, just wait, just like goddamn wait. Terror Train. It's a graduation party. It's also a New Year's Eve party. It's also on a train. I'm like, we're getting like a lot of gimmicks. It's also a costume party because a New Year's Eve party does not say costume. This is a costume party with a magician.
With David Copperfield.
Bitch, pick a struggle. The one gimmick of all of these things that they actually committed to was the magic. It's not called Magic Train.
No.
Okay. Loved the magic and loved David Copperfield. I keep going over here to the microphone off camera, like, hey guys.
Those eyebrows. Those eyebrows.
Chiseled face,
Chiseled
I
face.
forgot what part it is, but he like does the trick and then goes like, "Bow," and then it goes,
Yeah.
the lights go off, and I was like, yes, bitch. I
Yes,
also love that.
bitch.
That sassy queen. I also wanted to, before we like move too much past like the opening,
Well, that's kind
'cause
of the setup of the movie, though. I mean,
yeah, the whole thing is kind of like there's a little bit of gay coded in there because like Kenny
there's a lot of gay
with his,
coded in
with
there.
his little twink body, when he like finds out that Elena is not there. Like we should also say again, you've seen this movie and that's why you're listening to this, or you don't care that you haven't seen the movie and that's why you're listening to this. But Elena knows that she's involved in a prank, but she does not know the level of depravity that she's been set up because she doesn't know that there's a cadaver in there. She thinks that someone else is in the bed that's gonna like be like,
Scare
ooh, and
him or
then he'll be
whatever.
like,
Yeah.
oh no, or scare him or something. And a literal dead body is there. And he goes into a full like spiral gay
Gay
panic.
panic.
Yes, and
Gay
just gets
panic.
caught in the satin sheets, just screaming in his
And his little
underwear.
panties. Yeah.
And Jamie Lee Curtis looks horrified. Everyone else is laughing, even though it's not even funny. And then it's like, boom, a couple years later, it just cuts to like we're at the train station and we are getting on this train. Like,
Yeah.
or I'm sorry, well, actually, we cut to the opening title and we see the train like leaving to do whatever it's doing. And then we are at the train station. You don't need lots of character development in these movies. Like you don't expect that. But just going from the prank to the train, I found a little jarring because you don't get to like anyone. And I'll talk more about that later, but it just seems like we're not even thrown into the action. We're just like, we're still left with a bad taste in our mouth from the prank. And then we're just like a couple years later,
Yeah.
okay, cool. And they're like, yeah, train. And I'm like, okay, all right. Seems interesting that we're gonna do that.
Yeah,
But
it's set up very similar to like a lot of like those early 80s slashers where there's like some awful incident that happens and then you flash forward a couple years. Like that happens so much
prom
in these
night,
movies.
yeah,
Prom
Halloween
night,
technically,
The Prowler, Halloween. Yeah,
it was the go-to.
it's definitely the tropes are troping in this. Yeah.
Yes, yes, they are.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
can choke on those tropes.
Hmm.
I wanted to just also comment that the sorority house felt like a brothel.
Oh, okay.
I just I don't know why.
It was a little
It just
dirty.
did. It's a little like it's dingy,
Like it needed to be
smoky.
vacuumed.
They
Yeah.
definitely don't clean up after themselves, which like sure you wouldn't, but like we did in college.
I have been in some nasty dorm rooms though.
Oh
Nasty.
yeah. Yes. Yes, that's true. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess I just expected better from Jamie Lee Curtis. So I also well, I expected a lot more from her. Throughout the course of this film, I think I was immediately upset when I realized that she stayed friends with these people. Can you imagine if someone you knew, a friend, your lover, set you up by putting a dead body, set you up to be in a prank you didn't know you were a part of by putting a dead body in a bed that sends someone to an insane asylum and you all stay friends? I was just like at level 10 of confusion.
I know. I guess I guess they didn't expect to do that, you know. Um, and
I think they
and there's
knew.
things later, and they didn't. I don't think they expected him to freak out the way he did, and have to get committed, you
Well,
know.
no, but then after you'd be like, that wasn't cool. I don't think I like you guys as your vibe.
Yeah.
Nope. They all stayed friends. They all stayed best friends.
But here's the thing, though, James. She agreed to do it. She knew she was going to prank somebody. Like,
Not that to that
so
level, but still. But okay, but this is what kills me with her. So I want to love Jamie Lee Curtis, and I do in the movie. She has like a natural charm to her in these movies, regardless. But she actually there's like a part where several parts this happens where she like walks into a room. They're being malicious. Like they're being awful in some way. And she comments on it, and you're like, yes, bitch. But then at one point she goes, sucks to you, and then sits down with which I love. I love that. But then like lays on top of her boyfriend's lap, who she was just mad at a second ago, and then starts talking and joking with Doc, who she was just mad at a second ago. That happens 3 times in the movie. That she actually gets into a confrontation with one of the friends and basically says, like, listen, she basically is implying I'm better than you because you're trash and you're a bad person, but then folds. And I was like, bitch, I want to root for you so bad, but you're like literally sleeping with the enemy. And let's talk about the writing choice to have everyone cheating on everyone.
they're all cheating on each other. Yeah.
And I'm supposed to care when you die?
You know, people are complicated, James. I mean, I don't think
We're all
cheating
human.
should equal death, you know.
And if it's
But
going to equal death, it better equal a damn good death. And I'm sorry, but I was disappointed in every single death scene of this movie.
well, most of because the deaths were like off
Screen.
screen deaths. So you'd see like, you know, a knife or like hands and it would cut and you'd hear screaming. But a lot of the setup was like the discovery of the bodies later, you know.
Upon second viewing, because I watched this a couple years ago and I really hated it. I watched it a couple days ago and I was like, you know what? Okay, I really still hate all these characters, but this was more fun. I can see
Yeah.
myself watching it again and probably thinking it's a little more fun. There are things that will bug me still forever, like a lot of missed potential, but I enjoyed it a lot more this
Yeah,
time.
you almost just have like when it comes to like movies like Terror Train and New Year's Evil, you I look at them through the lens of like, okay, early 80s writing. They're trying to capitalize off of Halloween. And so like
Mhm.
these just kind of I don't call them cheap slasher movies because I mean they have $1 million budgets, some of these things. But yeah, when you look through it that lens, I think I'm a little more forgiving about it because like you can't put it through like a modern lens and expect like modern day level
No.
writing and dialogue and kills because I think
Mhm.
they probably do this shit like in a matter of weeks. You know, they only have so
Right.
much to put this together. And so for that reason, it's kind of like when we watched Iced, you know, you think about how this director only had 8 days to do this shit, you know, and so like I see the potential in some of these things. I think I want to say a movie like this, if it was remade today, would be a lot better. But I did
But
give
they
the
did.
Tubi movie a try,
I was
and it
gonna
was
say,
awful. Like
I
I could not even. I turned it off. It was
I
so bad.
heard it was awful. I like went I like skipped to just one random part and hit play, and I forgot which line it was, but it was a line directly from the original. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But I literally heard, do not watch it. Not even like a so bad it's
Yeah.
good. Just don't watch it. For me, it's just I need to like someone in the movie, and I really didn't like anyone. So there are
Hmm.
things I can find that I liked about it overall, but like I did not like I did not like any single character. So it was just like a struggle to get through. But the one thing I wanted to say about the
I like
discovering of the
Doc, and
bodies,
I like Jamie Lee Curtis.
well, Doc. Oh, see, I hated Doc.
I love Doc. Yeah.
Can I just 1 second go see why Tyler is screaming downstairs?
No. Why don't you go investigate the strange noise, James? But you gotta do it
Just
topless.
oh yeah.
Hello. You
Hello, who's there? I'll do it. Uh, the the conductor who finds the bodies. Another thing is the movie didn't have like a driving force. Like there's no sense of urgency for me because the conductor finds bodies. I hated the first time I saw the movie. The second time I saw the movie, I was like, okay, it's not as jarring. But he like finds them, and he's just like, I don't know, it's like a mild inconvenience. Like, oh
Well, he's
no, I
trying not to
found
freak out everybody. They're like, "Well, we can't just stop in the middle of nowhere. What do we do?" And he's like, "I don't want to cause." He doesn't want to create panic
panic.
on the
I,
train with all these college kids and
and I
has
guess I
to
picked up on
manage
that more the
that
second
too,
time. Yeah.
you know. And so I think he's like, and that's why he says, "Don't react." Or when he tells like his assistant, like, "There's a dead body. Don't freak out," you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a famous actor though. He was in a lot of like Western films.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson, because he
I
had
wish they put a radio on that train. Loved that line.
I didn't know where he was from. Like I heard like a southern accent in the conductor's voice. I'm like, where's this guy from? Born in
Mhm.
Oklahoma, so that makes sense. He was kind of like a big country star,
Mhm.
country western star.
Is that why he said like they always put a cup like he didn't say kibosh. He said like that like a kabosh.
Kabosh,
Kibosh.
yeah,
Kibosh.
yeah,
Like it was weird.
hmm yeah, and
I
even
get
and
that.
it's just little thing that he said, like when he did his little like card trick, you know, he goes, and this magically turned into the jack of spades or whatever, and he says,
That
but
was
it was
cute.
clever, wasn't it? You know, it was
Oh,
that part,
okay.
yeah, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah,
Yeah. That part
I
was
was
cute though.
like, sir,
I
you're
liked the
not
conductor
Canadian, you're not Canadian, yeah.
because there were a couple people who definitely threw out some Canadian accents.
Oh, they were all Canadian, like,
Oh,
basically in this movie. Yeah, because they filmed it, in Canada. This is a
in
Canada movie.
Canada. Kenny,
Yeah.
when he was gay screaming, gay screamed in a Canadian accent. You know why it makes
Yeah.
sense now. Hey,
Kenny let's talk about Kenny real quick, James. Let's talk
let's
about
talk about him.
Kenny. IRL, he was a drag queen, and that's why he was
Wow.
cast in this movie because, he had experience with at the time, they were just called cross-dressing, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
But he had experience doing drag, and so, that's kinda how
I
he got
love
this role,
that.
and this was, like, one of his first, like, big roles, for
Let
this.
them work.
Mhm. Let them work.
Representation. Because well, I mean, so we can say that the big reveal at the end is that it is in fact Kenny from the opening.
Mhm.
Um, but this I was so excited. The thing is the movie again for me is pretty lackluster until the last like 10 minutes. Because you get a lot of chasing and fighting and whatever. And then it is revealed. I love when he like she thinks she's talking to the conductor and it's him and he like grabs her arms and like pulls her arms. Like it was very intimidating.
Yeah.
But he's gay little Kenny. It was Kenny because they really they give you a couple red herrings. The big one though is that it's the magician. You find out Kenny liked
You
magic
think it's the
back in the
magician
day.
because you're like, could it be Kenny just kind of like
Yeah,
grown
like
up and like
maybe a couple of
maybe he
years
got
later.
buff a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Because
but
the
it's
nose and
actually,
the hair were kind of similar, Yeah.
he got his brows done and it's a whole new Kenny.
Yeah.
But it's the magician's assistant who was a lady,
A
you
lady
think.
we thought was a lady.
And
Yeah.
when I rewatched it, because I'm like, I think that this is how they played with my perception is I thought they had a lady in the role, and then just at the end says Kenny. No, and you look very closely.
You can
That's
see. That's a
the
man in a
actor.
wig.
That is a
Yeah.
man in a wig.
Yeah.
Crushed it. She nailed it.
I
And then
on first
but
watch, I did not clock it at all.
blindsided. And I loved how they did the reveal where they had like Kenny's face and like quickly edited and spliced the
Mhm.
woman assistant. And I was like, you son of a bitch. That reveal, LGBTQ representation,
Derek
and the fact that it
McKinnon,
was,
give it up for her, you know?
yes.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that it's like everything's set up around this prank having happened, and Jamie Lee Curtis, you think maybe being the one who has changed, but he tells her at the end, you haven't changed. I've been watching you, and watching the movie back. I'm like, he literally is looking at her all the time. And all of those 3 times that I said, she basically told them off, but then went, it's okay.
Yeah.
He was there. He was watching. So he says, like, kiss me, Elena, which she in the beginning says, kiss me, Kenny. So I'm like,
Mhm.
love that. And then he literally self-destructs after fucking kissing her. The
I
fact
know.
that it just screams like this is what happens when you try to make a gay not gay
I
is we will gay panic and scream and fall out of train.
and kill people at costume parties,
Yeah,
apparently.
that's
Yeah.
definitely gonna happen. We're gonna do that, but we're gonna look fabulous doing it.
So, do you think some scholars would argue that this movie is either like transphobic or homophobic? What's your take on that? Because I don't really view it that way. I think because you're saying, okay, well, like the drag queen is the killer, and
Mhm.
they're the evil person, but like I don't know. Um, Looking back,
I
I don't see it that way. I think it's actually kinda cool that I think there should be more gay killers in movies. I think it's
w
fucking awesome.
I think it's, yeah, like, we definitely can use more of them, and
Yeah.
I think it, like you said, because there's movies, say, like Silence of the Lambs, which I think is terrifying, but it kind of put, drag, transgen like, it put that in a bad light for some people because it's like it leans heavily into that being, not that being the reason why, but, like, I don't know, there's a lot more undertones and a lot more going on that kind of says, like, "Oh, see, this is what they want. They want a blah, blah,
Well,
blah."
yeah, because it's
No, this,
highlighted, in
yeah,
like a short, like, time frame, it's
yes,
like,
this one,
okay, yeah,
like, he's wearing women's skin. He's wearing
yeah,
because he's gay. He kills them because he's gay. Silence of the Lambs kind of leans that way. I don't see it that way, but I can see why people would pick that up. This one is like, no, he's just a little twink who has a prank played on him and he goes crazy from it. And this kind of suggests that he is in drag as a magic trick. So
mhm,
I do not see him being a psycho killer because of that, like because of LGBTQ, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I see it being because the straight people in the movie were shit and disgusting and trash, and because elitism, mm,
mhm,
okay, I'm gonna
mhm,
blame capitalism and and
and
and
the patriarchy,
and the
yeah,
patriarchy before
yeah,
I say it's Kenny's fault.
yeah.
No, and then you
He
know what?
dressed up as the woman as, like it was like a means to an end. It's like, "Alright, I've gotta completely deceive these people, and
Mhm,
to be the person they would least suspect, so I
mhm,
can." Because Kenny had a smaller frame. He's like, "Alright, how am I gonna take some of these boys out?"
mhm,
Had to
yep,
sneak attack them, you know?
yep,
I did love that he, would put the costumes on of the people that he killed, though, and that's how he kind of, like, would make his way through the
maneuvers
crowd.
around,
Like,
yeah,
I first saw this, like, late on, like, HBO when I was a kid, and, like, just
mhm,
especially, like, the lizard costume, like,
yeah,
I thought that was super creepy. I loved that, and then I
yeah,
think especially at that time too, I was super into, like, the Halloween franchise, and it just kind of played into that a little bit. I'm like, oh, there's more costumes, so this is kind of Halloweenish
Yeah,
too.
more,
So
yeah.
yeah, I
It
love
at the end of
masks. I love mask killers, and like
you love a
it gave
mask
me
killer.
I gave you several variations of a mask
Um,
killer in one movie, and I
Multiple.
love that so much.
So we love that you love Terror Train.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, he well, I'm sorry. I think that the shovel to the face and then him hitting the ice at the bottom is hysterical.
I know.
I
The
I
snake.
cackled. I love it. But
You can almost see like a doll
yeah.
hitting, a dummy or whatever.
Both
Yeah.
movies end with a doll flying off of a high
Yeah.
thing. Love it.
I
But
love a doll falling from a
from a like
rooftop.
in just
Yeah.
like singular
Yeah, like their
motion.
legs is gonna fold like back by the wrong way on the way down.
Yeah, and but it's falling. It's just falling like this, like so, like
Yeah.
it was like the ultimate prank that he played back on them.
Yeah. So yeah, if I could a few critiques, yeah, I think maybe the kills could have been more killish. Maybe could see more of that. Uh I'm trying to think of what I would have done differently.
It's like a Jamie Lee Curtis for me, like she's there and I like her, but no one's like doing anything or solving anything or and again, like I hate everyone. I feel like we could have found out some stuff sooner and had them like immediate. I think they like immediately stop the train and maybe the train like starts up again on its own and leaves everyone behind. I would
Except for
maybe
a
have
few
been
people or
except
something,
for a few people, I would have maybe been more
Yeah.
scared, but I just kept feeling like I don't know. You're also kind of here and like no one really cares. Like, I don't know. I just never was like scared. And it's
Yeah.
not till like after the 80-minute mark that we get like a go moment. I think like
Like
Jamie
there's
Lee
a little bit of a
Curtis is running,
chase.
the
Yeah.
hand comes out and then she gets chased and
Yeah.
it's like go, 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 go from there. But up until the didn't he like fall out of the train at one point and then like he's like crawling back down?
Yes.
See, like
Yes.
love, but you get so little of that throughout the course of the film. So it didn't the pacing didn't pick up till too late for me. But besides, the magic tricks were great. He put a cigarette
the
through a
magic
quarter
trick.
and then she got free peanuts.
And she had the peanuts. Yeah.
That was great.
What about my peanuts? Yeah.
About my peanuts. And he was like,
Yeah.
try now.
Yeah.
I love how the magic was so not
Basic.
possible. He's like,
Or
well, no,
that
he's like,
too,
well,
yeah.
that one was great, but he's like in the back of the train. He's like, blah, 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 sitting in a chair. And then just go poof. And he's like on the other end of the train. And he's like, here I am. Like, great.
Yeah.
Loved it. The magic
Impossible.
is what kept me engaged until we finally got the chase scenes at the end. One of the big things for me is I think like there's so many, again, like gimmicks kind of going on. They don't fully commit to any one of them except for the magic. I wish maybe they leaned into it being a New Year's party more because it didn't feel like New Year's at all. There's no countdown in the movie.
There isn't a countdown.
They
No.
don't count down to the new year. I guess they wouldn't have TV on the train, and maybe that's why.
They didn't have
But
Wi-Fi back then.
but they had
so-
watches, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
And then I was even confused. They do explain it away, but I was like, okay, so it's a graduation party. You wouldn't be graduating right now. But they do acknowledge that some of them are graduating early. But again, it still is like, how is a whole train full of people celebrating Jamie Lee Curtis graduating early?
Yeah.
Also, how the fuck does she take a bus dressed in a costume with all of her colleagues, with all of her classmates, also in costumes, who are going to the terror train? And she gets to the terror train and she opens her eyes and she's surprised to see a terror train. Where did you think you were going? Like, I don't quite understand.
Don't ask
And I'm
these
not
questions,
meant
James.
to. I don't ask.
You're not meant to.
It's fine.
It's not meant. You're not meant to know the answer to that.
No. And then it's also, and both movies kind of do this, is this one more though. There's the reveal, there's a quick fight, pew, out of the thing, dead, and then the train drives away, and then fade to black.
Credits. Yeah.
Credits.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't even get to see the conductor like put a blanket on Jamie Lee Curtis and be like,
yeah, listen, they were on a tight schedule. They gotta go.
Let's go ring in the new year.
Yeah.
Give that.
We made it.
We made it. I'll show you another magic trick. I don't know. Something. Nothing.
Yeah.
It's fade to black.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
we're done.
That fun,
We're done.
I wanted more stock footage of the train driving. That would have saved the movie.
I watch it every year. I watch it every New Year's, like during Christmas break. It's like I watch that. I put New Year's Evil on and 200 Cigarettes. You still need to watch 200 Cigarettes.
I know.
That is a fantastic New Year's Eve movie.
New Year's Eve movie.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll watch it this year. Probably not.
I mean, it's kind of cult following for sure now. Yeah,
I remember seeing trailers for it back in the day, back in the
yeah.
late 90s,
I think it came out in '99. Yeah,
but it takes place like
I think it takes
not
place on the it's turning
in the 80s.
1980. I think it's like
Okay,
1979, and like the new year will be the new. It's like
1980
going into the 80s. I think.
would have been
Yeah,
perfect for this. Okay.
yeah.
Any other thoughts on Terror Train?
No, I love it, and I think you should watch it.
All right. She's done. Sick of her. So the other movie that came out in 1980 about
New Year's,
New Year's Evil from 1980.
directed
Who
by
directed New Year's
Emmett
Eve?
Alston.
Emmett Alston.
Hmm.
I have a lot more to say about this movie.
Well, I listened to in prep for this episode the director's commentary,
Mhm.
and God, he sounded so miserable talking about this movie. Like he's just
Really?
not impressed with his work at all. And like the guy that was asking him, like interviewing him and asking him questions and prompting him with stuff, he goes, what'd you think about it? He goes, it was just a job, and you do one thing and you move on. And they're like, what about the legacy
Damn.
of it? He goes, I've moved on from this. I'm like,
That's trash. You are
oh
literally
my
being paid right
God.
now to be talking about this movie, so talk about the movie.
He could not
I
be
have
any less interested. Yeah,
I have good things to say about this movie. So it's
I do too. I
crazy.
think this movie is fun as fuck.
I enjoy it more I mean, it opens with sleazy porno music and a zoom in shot of a Holiday Inn.
I
Like you had
know.
me from go, bitch.
What a bop of a song
Yeah. Well, because the
by
sleazy porno
Shadow.
music is what opens it, but then it
Oh,
goes
yes.
into but because then we see Yvonne. We go right to
Yvonne, what an
well,
angel.
Blaze, Diane, her like nickname on her
The
show
Diane, and she was a Blaze on her radio show. Let's set up
quickly.
the movie. What's the movie about? Let's set it up
What's the movie
first.
about? So, okay,
Yep.
we find out that it is a live broadcast of a New Year's Eve countdown, and we're actually counting down live from Los Angeles, but we're also televising like New York, Midwest, blah, blah, like we're
We're
doing like
celebrating all the time zones. Yeah.
time zones
Hmm.
hitting the new year. And
Hmm.
we get to follow Blaze, worst mother of the year, we discover. As she's the host of this, like it's like a telethon, like you call in and vote for like your favorite like music of the year,
She's
and they
like a
have
DJ.
she's a
Yeah.
DJ,
And
like a live
apparently
DJ.
this used to be a bigger thing back in the day. They used to have like especially like local networks would have like New Year's Eve like broadcasts and stuff like that. Like not
Yeah,
like your like there was more of this than just like your CNNs and like the big
yeah.
news network things. It was like your local cable networks would do these things.
That's
And
so cool. Because
it
it seemed
was
like a
like such a bigger
TRL,
thing back in the day. And I'm
but
God,
smaller. Yeah.
why do we have to ruin everything?
We literally do make everything worse.
Because I would have tuned in. I would tune in today to
You'd
watch
want
something
to
like
be
that.
there. Like how
I
people
would
want to
be
go to
there
like
at this party and
the
I'd be at the Holiday Inn. Yeah,
that's what I'm
shuffling
saying.
around with
Top,
everybody.
like one of the top floors of the Holiday Inn
Yeah.
at the freaking telethon. Like I was
Hmm.
there.
Yeah.
1980, 79, I was there.
I was.
So um so yeah, we get introduced to her, and basically the premise of the movie is she's getting phone calls during the live, I was gonna say live stream, during the telethon, the live telethon, from a killer who is saying, I'm gonna kill someone close to you, but I'm gonna kill someone every hour. And then I'm gonna get you, bitch. And the police don't
But
believe her at
when
first, then
it
they
turns
do.
midnight in each time zone, he's gonna kill somebody. Is what
Yes,
he's.
that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Hmm.
So turns out he's not lying. He like says where the first body is, and it's there and whatever. And then it progresses a
And
semifinal
he records the
confrontation.
kills too, so
Oh,
he
yes,
so he can
that.
prove that he's doing it. Yeah.
Yep.
He brings
So
like a little
that's
boom box with him to record.
yes.
Yeah.
So they don't hide who the killer is. They're very much, although there is a twist, but they show the killer from go. They show the killer from the
Maskless.
beginning,
Yeah.
maskless. And so I was in great suspension watching this whole movie until the last. It's funny that Terror Train, I was like snooze until the last 15 minutes. This movie, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so invested
Because there's
until the last
urgency.
15 minutes. There's
There's
urgency, but then the
urgency.
last 15 minutes, I was like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? But okay, but you mentioned before Killer Song. Can you talk about this song that
Oh my
shows up
gosh.
11 times? Like
Yeah, well, right after they kill the of Yvonne,
assistant
the
or
assistant, who
yeah,
has amazing hair,
love her
and great
hair.
nails. Her nails, they keep,
Yes.
because she keeps having to like turn the faucet off in the shower,
I was gonna
and
say how many times
yeah,
that water would not turn off. They psyched us out,
I know
and then it was a good jump scare. They
he
keep
snatched
showing
her. Yeah,
that like the water's on. She's finally like, fuck, and turns it off. And then "Brrr," she gets snatched and
I know.
technically stabbed off screen. You hear it, you
Off
don't see it.
screen. You see her later
Um,
though, and like, in the elevator.
oh
But
yeah, her head or something, or
yeah,
whatever that
I
was.
wish she would have stuck around longer. I think I kind of was digging her character.
It's just so
Um,
quick. It's like an opening kill. I'm almost wondering if it was meant to not have happened at that point in the movie, and they just decided to put it as like the opening thing.
mhm.
But she like at one point, like her hotel door just opens. Who doesn't lock their hotel doors? And she like opens it,
It was
and
the 70s. Yeah,
it's the 70s,
whatever.
and she like peeks out. And I didn't realize until the second time watching it that when she sees the person walking away, it is Derek. It is Derek.
Hey,
It is Derek, who is the son of Blaze, who is the DJ. So it is actually him walking away, and I'm like, why the fuck were
what's
you
he
there?
doing?
He could have been staying on
Mhm,
just the same floor because we see him like 2 scenes later.
mhm.
But one thing that I'm just gonna say was weird was Derek, because they insert him for no reason at multiple
Randomly
points
throughout.
doing random shit. We already know who the killer is. We already know where the killer is.
Well, it makes sense at the very end why they do
It makes
this.
does, but it's
At the
like it's
very,
still,
very end, it makes sense why they're doing this.
but
Yeah.
it still doesn't make sense why any of those events with Derek are happening. He puts like nylon on his face. He's like popping pills that I think were Tylenol. He's talking to himself that he never swallows. If you notice, he goes like as if he swallowed the pills. They're in his mouth the whole time. You can see red pills. They never leave his mouth. He opens his mouth like 9 times in that scene, and they are right there. And he goes, showing him the pills are still there. I'm just so confused. And maybe he was rehearsing by himself, but
Rehearsing.
then he
No, I
walks
think he's
downstairs
spiraling. He's spiraling.
in the nylon, I
Mhm.
think to confront his mom. No one seems to notice that there's a person with nylon over his head. Well, I guess that was the crowd. And then he gets scared and leaves. Like none of it needed to happen, and I was just confused.
Okay.
But
Well,
she's there with
after
her
Yvonne gets
big
killed,
blue eyes. Mhm.
it cuts to the title
Yes.
card
Yeah.
with a bop of a song by Shadow, New Year's Evil. I love that song. I have it
It's
on
good.
my phone. I have it on Apple Music. Like,
It's called New Year's Evil, right?
it's called New Year's Evil by Shadow.
Yeah.
And God, honestly, there's another band in this movie called Made in Japan. So it's basically they alternate between like two bands at
Mhm.
this like concert live event that
Yeah.
Blaze is doing. And they're both such good, it's some good
The
like
music
early
was really
new
good.
wave punk stuff. And I'm just like, and this soundtrack I don't think exists. I'm like, I would buy this soundtrack today.
That
And
is
I don't
wild.
think it exists anywhere. Yeah.
That's stupid. That's just like Halloween 5 not having a soundtrack where we can listen to Romeo, Romeo, gonna ba
It's
ba
on the CD.
ba.
It has this it's on the CD, but
Oh,
it's not streaming. It needs to be streaming. Yeah.
maybe streaming. Okay, okay. But
Yeah.
still. Because is the other band the one that was playing like it was like a song called like Dumb Blonde or Dumb Blondes
Yeah.
or about it's
Dum
about
dums. Yeah.
yeah, very inappropriate when you listen to the lyrics, but they were playing it right after we were introduced to a
Some
blonde
dumb
character
blondes.
that the
Yeah.
killer is talking to, and I was like, "That's not nice." I
I
like
loved
those
her.
blondes.
I loved
I
her
I
so
loved
much.
I loved a lot of the victims, unfortunately,
Well,
which was
they
the
built the
point.
characters up in a short time. Like, they made the most of the time that these characters had on the screen, you know?
It
Like, they kinda fit they were kinda tropey, in certain
mhm.
ways, but in a cute, chic, gay way.
She was incredible and too good for this world,
Yeah.
in my opinion. The thing is, I only know her roommate's name. I don't remember what her name was, and I thought that was so sad. They say Lisa, 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 which was her
Yeah.
roommate. A quote that I wrote down, which she was talking about in the car. Uh, she's like, "You need some TM," and then she's like, "It's transcendental meditation." She also has the voice basically of Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors, and she's
Yes.
so adorable. And she just is like out with Lisa, who the TM helped Lisa get rid of her nervous diarrhea or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and she's like, oh, she does say her name, I think, at that point.
Sally. Her name's Sally.
Okay, Sally. So Sally is an icon, an absolute icon. And where Terror Train gives you, kind of like these characters for long periods of time, and you're like, I don't know these characters. They just exist in the context of this prank in this train. I know Sally.
We
And I
know her.
met her for 60 seconds. It's just crazy. And it's also wild that the director was just like, after that movie, I moved on because it's a really interesting and good and suspenseful movie.
Mhm.
Miller in that gray suit also, when he walks into that club, but that's where he's smoking cloves. So he smells bad.
Yeah.
I wanted her to say no to him so bad. I wanted her to be like, no, I'm sorry. Like me and my roommate, we're gonna go like, I don't know, get some colas. I don't know what I just loved her so much. And then she gets Linded.
She gets Linda, she gets suffocated and strangled.
Or
Yeah.
maybe it's more
Or
Annied. It's a
a little
combination,
bit a
whatever.
little bit of both, you
It's
know?
a bit of both, but she gets got, and it's
So,
very
you
sad.
mentioned cloves, and, I was watching this earlier too, and the scene where he goes to the mental institution, and he's talking to the nurse, and she notices his little boombox or whatever. You can see he's not even smoking a cigarette, but this is just like I think speaks to just the culture and the times.
Yeah.
Like you see cigarette smoke coming up behind it over his shoulder, like in that scene.
Well,
So
she
like,
was just smoking. She was smoking.
was
She
she
was actually
smoking?
yes, and that's what also killed me. I mean, that's just the time period, but this ugly yellow carpet in this
Yeah.
nursing home. She leaves the room that she's in with the patients, and they're all residents, I think you would call them now, and they're like watching the New Year's Eve. And she walks in the room, she goes like does her cigarette, and she's like and she like breathes the smoke into her own face and just is like walking and smiling, and she bumps into him. So she's still smoking when she bumps into him. So it wasn't
Okay,
like a
I
John
didn't see a
Carpenter
cigarette. I guess I missed
situation.
that, but I'm like, who
Yeah.
on the crew is smoking right now? Because I just see
Yeah,
like just smoke behind his shoulder,
it was her.
Yeah.
And then they're making out a couple seconds later. Also, Nurse Jane, that was Nurse Jane, another icon, legend.
Yeah. What a body.
Only knew her for 5 seconds. She
Yeah.
had a very like kind smile, even though she literally like technically on paper, this is what it is. On paper, smoking blonde, hot, smoking literally, but smoking hot. Nurse walks out, bumps into doctor. He says, I got champagne. And she says, okay. And then they
Yeah.
just decide to do it, like
Right
that on
then. Yeah.
paper, you should be trash. I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? She's had a long day. She
They're
doesn't normally do
short-staffed.
this. They're short staffed,
They were
and
short-staffed because of the
this
holiday.
charming doctor, because she every time he like makes a move, she goes like she does like a cutesy little like innocent
Mhm.
smile before she like gets down to doing the deed. Loved her, absolutely loved her, and she also dies off camera. Well, the thing is, they mostly die off camera, but then they mostly get a graphic reveal of the body.
Yes.
So another nurse finds Nurse Jane in the closet, and it is like a cute editing thing where like it's like siren nurse, siren nurse, siren nurse, and it's sad, and she's all throat cutted and stuff.
Yes.
Later, we find poor Sally and Lisa. Sally it is mean spirited how she's like strung up on, I think, like a swing set
A
or
swing
something.
set in
It
someone's
is
backyard.
so
Okay,
mean.
fun fact,
Mhm.
in the director's commentary, they said while they were filming that scene, he says, "If I'm remembering this correctly, we were in a neighborhood and found someone's backyard, just a random backyard in the middle of the night, and we did that without them ever knowing that we filmed in their backyard and used their swing set and everything." He goes,
Can
"So I
you
wonder
imagine?
if the people who own this house ever saw this movie and like got to see this scene that we did in their backyard without them ever knowing that they did it."
The thing is, like, you can film stuff, like, you can make because they open like a gate, and then like then they cut. They're like, oh, look at like you could technically have opened that gate in one location and been in another location for the thing. So I'm sure the person will never know.
Yeah.
And it's so dark. It's only lit. See, there's lots of like suspenseful moments in this movie. It's only lit by the flashlights, and you find her. I do want to know how Lisa's dead body though knew exactly when to fall or slide down that slide. And
Yeah.
when she slides down the slide, her head goes like she slides down with her neck up, and when she gets to the bottom, she goes great with like a hole in her tit.
Give her a
Oh,
bonus. Give
give her,
her a
yeah. Oh,
bonus. Yeah.
Lisa. She probably had nervous diarrhea. Oh, when she right before Lisa died, you think another is like a psych out moment where she finds like pieces of Sally's clothing leading up to the dumpster, and I thought that she's gonna find Sally, and she opens it, and he's in there. He's like, "Meh," and the
With
lighter,
his little lighter. Yeah.
and he goes, "Meh," and,
You see his little face and everything. Apparently, the audience laughed at that scene at the
well, it is a
premiere or
little
something.
silly.
Yeah.
There's
Well, he
no like
smiles kind of,
yeah, like it could
yeah,
have been like a brr
like a
moment, but
jump
there's no
scare.
music.
The
Yeah,
music
they didn't.
didn't help. Yeah, he could have had like a ping or something to.
That's what it
Yeah.
was. Is he
Hmm.
just like he just
Yeah.
it's so weird and random, but he like pisses off some bikers. He ends up at a
An actual
drive-in.
biker gang,
Oh,
a real life biker gang that they
like
found, and they
hired
asked if they
to
wanted to be in this movie, and they said sure. And
love,
mhm.
love. Killed a couple of them, steals somebody else's car, gets a girl in the back
this
seat.
girl, this girl. Okay, we got. Wait, let's slow down. Let's talk about this scene
Please,
because this scene is
yeah.
absurd to me.
I
Because
like wrote quotes down.
okay, so he basically runs over the biker gang, and like they get
Mhm.
pissed and start chasing him, and so he ducks in to this like drive-in movie theater, and so
Yeah.
he ends up killing like another one of the gang members, and he's trying to find another car, and so he opens this one car where this couple is like making out in the back and pulls the guy out, and he's like, "Where's the keys?" And he's like, "What, man? What's your problem?" He goes, "Where's the goddamn keys?" He goes, "They're in the ignition." And the guy, the boy, I guess the boyfriend just kind of like falls away. But the girl, instead of getting out of the car, she's just taking her time like buttoning up her cardigan,
She's like, "Wait, what?
Yeah. And so
Wild."
the guy gets in the car and like takes off with her still in the back seat. And but what's so funny is that that car looks like it is going at like 2 miles an hour. Like she could literally have just jumped out and ran.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
I also this is so okay. She gives up pretty quickly in many regards. She's like,
I'll do anything you
I'll do
want.
anything, whatever
Yeah.
you want. Like
We
I
can get
think
it
she
on if you
wants
want
it.
to.
She like wants it. But this is the thing. I love like
Well, he
what is
interrupted him,
it?
so she was in the mood. Wait,
She
maybe I
was in the
shouldn't say
mood.
that.
She was like, well, the thing is that she kept telling her boyfriend, like, not yet, not yet. But
Yeah,
like now it's time, I guess.
yeah.
Um, you know, gays gays will say she saved my life, and it's that bitch in the back seat saying, "If it's money you want, I don't have any."
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite
I've got
lines.
$3. Yeah.
But I have these.
But I mean,
And he's like, "Oh God."
I love her. Yeah.
And she's the one that escapes. She
She
doesn't die.
she doesn't die.
We get a mini
She
chase.
has a little chase. She hides underneath
We
some
get a cat and
bleachers,
mouse
you know.
moment.
Mhm.
And
Good
he
for
doesn't get
her.
that victim. He doesn't get her. Yep.
Good for
Yep.
her.
Yep. We're gonna give her
We love
snaps.
her.
Just while this is all happening, there's so much going on. We keep cutting from the killer to the Blaze to the killer to the Blaze to I mean like the live whatever DJ thing. Whenever they do show her though, because I liked Blaze a lot, her makeup. It was so obnoxiously loud. I loved it. Her
I
personality on
love that.
stage.
It was so new wave. Her
Love.
hair, her
Yes.
nails. Yeah.
It's there's a lot going on at the live telethon thing. The fact that everyone's like moshing to music that you probably wouldn't be moshing to. Then when it's a slow song, you can
They're
hear the
moshing.
shuffling
Shuffling the
of
feet.
the feet and they're like,
Yes. You hear,
it's like,
even
what
like
is
in some of the loud songs, you can hear the feet shuffling. I'm like,
it's just
I've been in mosh pits before, and you can't hear
you
shit
can't hear
except like the loud guitars and stuff.
it.
Like
Hilarious.
yeah,
But every time they show Blaze, she's great. The thing is, I loved her, but she does win worst mom of the year. She
she
never
does.
seems to want she's like, you have to give us more cops because they threaten people I love. But then her son shows up and she's like, "Ugh, can you get away from me?" Like
Not
she
you.
literally does, she wants nothing to do with her son ever, never thinks about him, never looks for him. When he does show up, she's like, can you please go away?
Well,
Like
he wants to like break the news to her that he just got some like acting role in like a series, and she goes, "What? Like, can we talk about
she
this
couldn't
later?"
she couldn't care less.
To
She
be
couldn't
fair,
care less.
though, I mean, this was a big night for her. She'd been planning for this night. She's stressed. Like, I understand her stress. I could not imagine. Remember this grand opening that I had to plan? Like,
Yes.
I was like,
Yes.
I could not take on anything extra, like
Well,
mental capacity for nothing. Like, I have nothing left, no
there's
bandwidth left.
no
And
room.
I feel
And that
her.
was
Like, I think that's where she was. I don't think she's a bad mom. I think just in this moment, like, can y'all just give me tonight, and then we can talk
well,
about everything you want tomorrow.
mhm.
You know?
That's what I absolutely thought the first time it happened. I think even the second time, I was like, Derek, you're a little annoying. Not you, Derek, him, Derek. I was like, you're a little annoying. Leave me alone. I literally have to go be
It's
on
pick
live,
me. He
whatever.
was giving pick
He's
me.
getting
Yeah.
pick me, but because it happens like a third time, a fourth time, a fifth time. And I was like, okay, he's giving pick me, but she's also like, I don't have a son, like she
Yeah.
literally couldn't care less about the actual safety of her son. When she even does bump into him, the cop like goes to search her room and finds the son, and she's like, it's my son. And he's like, I was, and she's like, "Are you okay?" I don't think she even asks if he's okay. She's just like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I was gonna be a part of the surprise, and I don't want to be a part of that surprise anymore," or something. And he leaves, and she's like, "He's fine." And I'm like, "What?" There's a literal fucking killer in the building looking for like your kin, I think, which is him, and you're like, "He's okay." Then we get the killer reveal, which we already knew, twisty twist, which it's weird because I was wondering where's her husband, and
Yeah.
it's revealed, which I think it's clever, that the killer we've been following this whole time is actually her husband, and he's in the
Who
room.
we thought were
We're
in Palm was in the Palm Springs
we thought it was in Palm
doing
Springs,
blow.
but we couldn't
Yeah.
get a hold of him. But then we think,
Hmm.
the killer did say, "I'm going to get someone you love." So maybe we're maybe subconsciously thinking he's been killed, like, and we're going to find that out or something. But nope, he is the killer. And
It's her husband.
it,
Derek's daddy.
Derek's daddy. The reveal is cute, and that's where it kind of everything else like dropped for me. No, 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 not in
Really.
that moment. Around then, because this is what I think I just got built up in my head. Is the movie is so, I think, suspenseful and fun, and I liked these characters and these victims. We have the cop upstairs, and there's the live telethon, and I was like, oh my god, we're gonna get like a live telethon chase sequence and the da 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 and the something something. They
Someone's gonna die
complete
live on TV and stuff like
Yeah,
this. Yeah.
they set up this great telethon thing as a set piece that they never used for the last 20, 25 minutes of the movie.
They use the
They,
elevator a lot.
they
A
just
lot of elevator.
all of a sudden, he's a fucking elevator operator.
Hmm.
A jack of all trades is her
He can do
husband
a lot.
because
He can
he's a
do a lot.
priest, he's a doctor, he's like a finance manager, I think he calls himself. Now he's
Hmm.
actually he's a cop. Wait, did I mention that he's a cop at one point?
Not yet.
He's a cop at one point. He like beats the cop and puts the thing on, and he's like, "I'm a cop."
Hmm.
And now he's an elevator operator. He's
A lot
all
of
of these
costume
things.
changing. Very similar
Yes,
to Terror Train.
you
Yeah.
love a costume change.
Hmm.
But yeah, then what does he do at that point, Derek?
Oh,
He
well,
snatches up his wife.
he knocks her out and ties her to the elevator, basically dangling her from it, and he's gonna make it go up and then down to crush her.
Yep.
Poor thing. And I
For
mean,
some
she does
reason,
go up. She does go up a lot. She sees
hmm
poor Yvonne dead.
gone, deceased,
Queen.
gone too
Ugh,
soon.
loved her so much. Um, but like I don't know, it does look kind of goofy when you see her like flying and like she's like, "Ah!"
Ah! Well,
Yeah.
because I wanted like a chase or like a real confrontation. She just kind of
Yeah.
she's in shock, but she just kind of gets like knocked out and then tied to the elevator, and then that whole thing happens. And after that, because he gets like the police show up and then he kind of gets like chased and stuff, we never see her again.
Yeah.
We never see the main character after that. But
But we see her on a
my thing,
stretcher. We see her on a stretcher.
oh, the stretcher, you're right. But like, I guess I wanted like a final confrontation, like a
Oh, I
real
get it.
without,
He falls off the
she,
roof and like in the moment, splat,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Before we even get to that, before we even get to, because that like quoting Shakespeare and being like, "Ugh," and then jumping, you bitch, with the dummy, another dummy. There's a like, this one was more egregious. This dummy falling off the building was more egregious. But before that, we get this like very lackluster. No, I won't say lackluster. Don't say that, James, because it's the monologue he gives is a blast. It held no weight to me, but he's delivering it with aplomb. Like he's really like delivering. He's basically saying, "I did all this because you're a bad fucking mom." Um,
And he hates
and
women.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm crazy, and you're also a bad mother.
You're like
Um,
every woman I know. Yeah.
yeah, ladies are
Mhm.
very not nice people. Like or ladies are not very nice. He says something like that.
Mhm.
And he says multiple times like that's not nice. And I'm like, you tell her, bitch.
I think it's just unfair to judge her on like the busiest night of her year,
That's
like
the thing is I would be
it's unfair to
stressed.
judge her. Like
Yeah.
I understand she maybe had some bad moments, but you can't judge her just on this one night. Like
Well,
this is the biggest night of her career of the
yeah.
whole year. She's been building up to this. I get it. I get
I
it.
think
You're not yourself in
yes.
situations like that. When you're under that tremendous amount of stress, like Jamie Lee Curtis says, people need to shut the fuck up, back the fuck off, and let this woman shine her
And
light.
shine
You
her
know,
light.
leave
I
her alone.
I think we just needed one moment where she maybe like attempts to hold her son's hand or asks for her son. I think just for me, because I loved her, but we're supposed to believe that maybe she's not actually this terrible mom. She's being told that she's being told that she is by this crazy husband that she has. Um, and it doesn't happen. At the end, she's still like the same person. Like her character actually has zero arc, like arch, arc.
Arc.
She don't
Arc.
progress. She stayed the same, you know? And Derek, what does he do? What is this? What does this gay icon do?
So this queen, well, we see Blaze getting carried out in a stretcher,
Mhm.
and she's going to an ambulance. Well, the ambulance driver we see is dead, and Derek is driving the ambulance, and he has the mask that his dad used. Not very often. I wish this dad. That's my thing. I wish the dad that he used the mask more. Throughout the
Another
movie.
like kind of like missed opportunity. Like why even it was
Yeah,
creepy when it was used, but like why not use it a little more?
it was kind of these like caricature mask. It was
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like it's like with exaggerated features and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he drives off with his mom and the ambulance, and then credits.
And then credits.
So we don't know what happened, but then we do hear that like it does hit midnight in like Honolulu, like in
In
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
So it's
music
like,
hits
oh
on
no,
it.
did he just kill her? Kind of a thing. I don't
Oh,
know.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, you don't know we don't know, her fate is left unknown. So
Got you. I didn't, you know what? He
because you
picked
see
up
him
the
spiral, that's what I
mantle.
think. You see Derek spiraling throughout. That's why it's just like, why is he putting the stocking on? Why is he taking pills? Why is he acting doing all these weird things? I think he's spiraling and lashing out, because his mom's like neglecting him, or she perceives that she's neglecting him, and he's starting to take on some of the traits of his father. And
Mhm.
that's my interpretation. I think he killed her. I think he killed her. Yeah.
That makes sense to me. I didn't think
Yeah.
of that. I think because his scenes are so kind of erratically
It seems
placed,
out of place. It does seem out of place, yeah, throughout. It's
maybe
like,
there could
what's
have
the
been like
purpose of him? I think
yeah,
they're building up to him being insane. Yeah.
I think there could have been like something more specific linking him to like the traits of his father earlier so that when he wears the mask at the end, you're like, oh, but he put the mask on at the end and I was like,
Well, I
okay.
think you asked too, why was he leaving like Yvonne's room? Like he was in the same hall as her. What was that
Mhm.
about? Did he unlock the door for his dad to get in there? Was he helping his dad with this kind of thing?
But he does
Because
attempt to call his dad, it seems. Like he does actually, he's
you
seen him on the
think,
phone, like calling, and it's like a busy tone, and he's like, ugh.
mhm,
Unless he was trying to call the telephone.
unless or a fake out. Yeah, who knows? So.
I didn't think of him helping his dad.
And maybe he
That
wasn't,
makes
but
sense.
you do clearly see him
But
on the
but why
hall
was he
right
yeah,
before
why was he
Yvonne gets
using
killed,
Yvonne's? Yeah, her door opens, and then she peeks outside, and he's literally walking away,
Mhm.
and then daddy's inside.
Yeah.
We get a lot of countdowns in this movie, where Terror Train had none. This has several. Counting down to the new year.
Would New Year's Evil, would this be something that you would watch, like, on a yearly rotation now? Like, is it
I
gonna
can
make, like, your New Year's Eve kind of, you know
I can see this being up there. My New Year's Eve, like, watch is usually end of days.
Mhm. Shout out.
Um,
Yeah.
and if I can, watch another one, I would see this
Yeah.
being on there. Before Terror Train. I would watch this before Terror Train again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's not many when it comes to New Year's, horror movies, there's not many. It's
No.
New Year's Evil, it's Terror Train, it's End of Days. I think, like, you can't I mean, Prometheus, they
Oh,
mention
okay,
New
yeah.
Year's, they mention Christmas, like, briefly, but, like,
You know, Poseidon or the Poseidon Adventure, like,
Oh, was that a New
that's
Year's
an
thing?
action movie. Yeah, well, it happens on they count down to the new year and then the wave hits. But yeah, there's not enough of those.
There's not enough, we need some more. I
We need
think
more
there was an
holiday
independent
movies.
one that came out, maybe a year or 2 ago called Time's Up, and the poster has some, like, Father Time looking, like, masked character with, like, a scythe,
Okay.
I think, Felissa Rose might have a cameo in it or something too. Uh,
Oh, wow. Okay, well, then I'll watch it for her.
so James, are you a New Year's resolution kind of person?
No, not anymore. Are you?
I used to be. I used to, but like I was never like, I'm gonna work out every day or I'm gonna start eating healthier. Like I never really did that stuff. It was more like I'm going to try to like remember birthdays or be more
Like that.
responsive, you know, on my phone to people, stuff like that, because I admit I'm a horrible texter. I reply in my head a lot to things and I forget to actually do it. All right, say I wake up in the morning and I see like I've got 5 texts, I've got like Instagram DMs, I've got emails. I will like in an effort just to get rid of like the red like notifications, I will just read the stuff real quick and then forget to go back and actually respond to some of this shit.
Oh,
Like
I
that's my
can't.
toxic.
Well,
That is definitely a toxic trait of mine. And
and
so if
if I
you've
open
ever
something,
experienced that with
yeah.
me, I apologize.
Well, with me, I respond, but I respond with talk to text that makes no damn sense. So I think it balances. We balance each other out. But I have to keep marking things as unread. I do that a lot because I subconsciously do what you do, which is I'm like, I want that red dot to go away, so I click on it, but I don't have the time to read everything, so I have to go back and mark it as
Yeah.
unread. And
But
so
you
that's
know what? I actually had the audacity to get frustrated when people don't write me back immediately. Like,
you bitch.
what's wrong with me?
You're a
You know,
hypocrite.
I
That's what's wrong with you.
totally,
Yep.
yes.
I'm glad we know now. I'm glad the community knows.
So my New Year's resolution going forward, I think I'm going to try to, yeah, be more responsive uh,
Okay.
in 2026. What about you? Like, pick one thing, James. You got to do one thing.
I think I'm gonna call you out on your shit more often in 2026.
Okay.
Yeah. But realistically in 2026, I'm gonna just chill out.
How about some podcast goals? I want
Oh,
us to do some conventions. I want us to do conventions.
you know what? 2026, and that's part of that's under the umbrella of James is gonna chill out. Is I allow myself to get stressed over everything now. So I want us to definitely do some conventions. We should be popping up in the public. We should be
Mm-hmm.
in the public eye.
We want to meet
Um,
the people. We want to meet the
to meet
people.
the people. How many do you think we can do next year? How many do you think? So next year, which is like in 5 seconds, basically. How many do you think we want to do next year?
You know what? Why don't we be kind to ourselves and set a very achievable goal of at least one?
One.
At
That
least
sounds
one.
good. Good. What
Yeah.
at minimum?
Let's not
4.
overwhelm ourselves. You know?
Right. Because I'm gonna add to the stress I just said I was not gonna have in
I
2026.
know.
So okay, yeah, one convention. We can do that. A little pop-up table, a little meet
Mm-hmm.
and greet,
Yeah. Photos. Yeah.
photos. We'll
We'll
sell
take
some
some
shit.
notes.
We're committing. So 2026, our news resolution is going to be uh, a convention at some point of some kind. Derek is going to be more responsive. I'm going to chill the fuck out. Let us know what your news resolutions are in the comments down below, please. I'm gonna chill the fuck out. I'm gonna chill the
And
fuck out.
I'm
Is what
gonna
I'm gonna chill.
respond.
And you're gonna respond.
I love that.
Well, listen, everyone, have a safe and happy new year. Meet us in the comments and let us know what you think of New Year's Evil and Terror Train. You can listen to more Don't Be Dead wherever podcasts are available, or hopefully you're watching this so you can see my sweater. Please leave us a review. And until next time, until next year, don't be dead.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.